Welcome to Short Film Universe, the show that celebrates the art of short filmmaking. Join us as we take you on a journey through the exciting world of independent film. In each episode, I'll be interviewing some of the most innovative directors, producers, and filmmakers in the business, getting their insight and perspective on the craft of short filmmaking. We'll look at drama, comedy, documentaries, even mockumentaries, and all the genres that make up this exciting industry. So sit back, relax, and get ready to be entertained. This is Ina Morgan inviting you to join us at Short Film Universe.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Short Film Universe, the show where we highlight local and worldwide filmmakers all over, highlighting their short films and bringing filmmakers together to bridge the gap. And that's the whole purpose of the show, is collaboration and bridging the gap so filmmakers all around the world can come together. So today we have Miss Takoya Urbina in the studio today with us. How you doing today?
Good, and you?
You feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. And then we also have Mr. Josh Johnson, who is in California right now. Say hello, Josh.
Hi guys. Hi everybody.
All right, and then we're just going to talk to them, you guys. You all know, you've seen the show. We're going to highlight their film, and then we're going to ask them some questions. And then, of course, we're going to talk about a few other topics and have them both chime in and say their opinions on things that's going on today in life and in the film industry. So how are you feeling today, Josh?
I'm good. It's a really beautiful sunny day in Southern California. I can't complain. The WGA strike is pretty much over. They're voting today, so everything is going to start moving a little bit more. Hopefully there in Atlanta as well.
Oh,
So
yes,
seems like hopeful.
definitely. So what are your thoughts on the strike, on the actor strike, on the writer strike? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it was necessary. They needed to get a lot of concessions. They're both. I think everybody's kind of asking for the same thing. It's happening with, Kaiser Permanente yesterday. It's happening with auto workers. Everybody's trying to get their share, while people on top are making a lot of huge gains, and everybody who's putting their work in is not really getting their fair share. And the writers and the actors, especially like here in LA, that's what it's all about. They're not. They want to make sure that the streaming industry and AI is, protected for them for the future, moving forward. So I think it's a good thing that they all struck. And I was out on the picket lines a couple of times. My wife and we all got pretty much affected by it. The whole economy got affected by it. And I imagine in Atlanta there was a lot of people out of work for the entire summer.
Yeah.
And it was a rough summer.
Yeah,
So,
and I will say there's mixed reviews a little bit because although people feel that actors, actresses, and writers definitely deserve more money, especially the writers, because their jobs are not easy jobs. But then there were people who thought that, okay, well, it's kind of not fair now that everybody's on strike because the actors can't work. And, like, what are people supposed to do? How are they going to make their money? So,
yeah, caterers and
yeah, that was, yeah, the
grips
crew,
and
the crew,
lighting.
yeah.
Every single person is affected by the industry stopping, and the people who were on top. I think that's the reality, is that like everybody from the AMPTP needed to step up and say, okay, we're fine. I have feeling. I mean, nobody's going to ever really know unless they were sitting at the table. But I have a feeling that there are some streamers that don't have the same concerns. People like Apple don't need to make television in order to make money because
Right.
they have phones and they have computers and
Right.
iPads. So, it's a strange industry, but I think that we're gonna. What I am is hopeful that now that it's coming to an end, that we'll all be able to get back to work and we'll be able to make movies again,
Right.
which is
Right.
what it's all about, And I do know some. I have some friends in Atlanta that were grips and lighting people, and they were completely out of work, and they're not on strike or anything like that.
Right.
So,
Right.
and it was really tough.
So
So
that's
they're
the
really
that's
happy.
that's the unfortunate part about it. Like there is a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's tough. It's
But
tough.
I guess it was necessary because it had to be done at some point. So it's like
Yeah.
whether they did it now or 10 years from now, it's like it still would have happened the way it did, and certain people would have still been out of work. But I'm just happy that they actually finally finalizing that. Mr. Coy, what are your thoughts on the strike?
Um, I'm independent, so I'm not personally affected by it really, but I do know a lot of people who have been affected by it. So I realized that it was necessary to strike, but at the same time, a lot of IASTI crew members were suffering, and they weren't on strike. But I do support the strike with the WGA and SAG-AFTRA, and I'm glad that the WGA did come to a resolution, and SAG is currently at the table now to come to a resolution. So I'm just hopeful that everyone gets what they're asking for so that the writers and the actors are protected and they can get back to work, and the crew who have been sitting in support and solidarity and patience will also be able to get back to work and be able to pay their bills and
Right.
feed their families, because a lot of people are suffering.
So those people were completely out of work. They didn't even get any type of stipends or anything from like the producers or anything. They just nothing at all.
I don't know, so I can't really speak to that. But I do know that there have been organizations that have donated food,
Yeah.
and I believe monetary assistance for affected strike workers and affected crew members so that they could have some sort of resources during this time. So as far as coming from the unions themselves, I don't know. I do know that there were actors actors of stature who donated significant amounts to help other actors that were affected. So there was some relief, but wasn't enough to sustain them completely. I don't quite know. But now that we're coming out of the strike, hopefully sooner than later, they'll be able to get back to work, and hopefully they'll get their ask and the monetary compensation that they rightly deserve.
Right. Definitely. Now, Josh, you are a independent producer, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I do. I do a lot of television professionally, so that's not independent. But when I'm doing like scripted work like this, I've been independent most of the time, as a writer and a director as well.
Oh, okay. So how do you like, being independent and not having, being able to make your own decisions and do what you want to do, working in the film industry?
Well, like anything else, everything that you want to have comes with a struggle.
Yeah.
So when it's your turn to just go after what you want solely for what you think is going to be good and a creative endeavor that you want to pursue, doing it by yourself makes it gives you a set of obstacles, definitely. So I like it a lot, and I'm passionate about it. But I'm also, you know, it's an endurance test a lot of the times. I think you know, not all the opportunities are always there,
Right. Right.
and so it's really you have to have a really strong will. You have to have a good foundation, and keep pushing to make anything happen.
Definitely.
Um, I don't know. That's. I
Definitely.
mean,
No.
I
I
like
mean,
it. You have
like
to like it.
like you said, it's somewhat of like limited amount of I guess assistance or help or something like that. You pretty much have to find your way on your own.
Yeah.
Building your own team, your crew, and but the good thing about it is not really having to answer to nobody and being able to do what you want and what you please and how you want to do it. Because,
Yeah.
most
I,
times
ne-
if you're working on a major production studio or something like that, you have to do what they want.
I definitely I'm kind of the of the mind that like no matter what you do, you're always answering to somebody.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
but and I also think that like no matter how much I feel like I'm alone on certain things, I always know that I have a community, and so um, like when we made Abuela, that really was a community effort. That like having such a small crew and just we just you find help wherever you can get help. You
Mhm.
know, that's all you can do, and it's really yeah, it's funny because like you talk about being independent, but like the best the best independent people have a community. And I think
Yeah.
it's really important to note.
It's really important to have to have your team, your tribe, your community behind you, of course. I mean, I don't see how anybody could do it without a team. So that's always good. The fact that you do have a team, you do have a community behind you, that's amazing. But speaking of Abuela, your short film, Abuela, tell us about it. What is it about, and how did you begin the process of creating Abuela?
So that Abuela comes from one of my best friends, Andre Soto. He wrote this story about his grandmother. And Andre, like he works in trucking and stuff like that. He's not a filmmaker at all, but he's one of my best friends, and we talk about films all the time. And I wanted him to be able to make this, and so we worked on the script together. And then the first thing I said to him, I was like, well, like you the best way to do this, like whether you have the money or not, is just to start setting some dates. like like you need to take time off of work, and I'll take time off of work, and we'll just do it. So once we started to book locations and set some dates, the train's coming, and you have to like put some tracks down in front of it. And that was it. It was inspired by Andre's grandmother, and when she passed, Andre felt really deeply about his relationship with her, and because he was from a broken home, and when your mom and dad aren't really there, a lot of times your grandma steps in, and that's what happened with him. So, when she passed, it was like almost like his his main caregiver had passed, and that was a really big deal to him. So, the story is about a young man who is talking to the ghost of his grandmother, and she, you know, she's still like whipping him into shape because he still hasn't quite figured out his life, and that's a little bit of the story. And yeah, I don't know what else to say.
So what genre is this considered?
I'm sorry, what's the genre?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a comedy. You know, and it's one of those bittersweet kind of comedies. You have like some really tender moments in there, but it's definitely funny.
Okay. Well, that's definitely exciting to hear. I love anything that has to do with grandparents, especially if you had the chance to have amazing grandparents. You had the chance to experience that. Is no better feeling. It's the best feeling ever. I miss my grandmother so much. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and show the people your short film, Abuela. And then we'll come back and then we'll ask you a couple more questions about the film. So here it is, you guys, check it out.
Count is 2-0. That's a strike. Last night.
¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué dice la cruda?
What?
La cruda.
I don't speak Spanish, bro.
No mames, güey. ¿Cómo no? ¿No eres mexicano?
Dude, not today.
Today we are gathered here in remembrance of Eugenia Lopez, who has requested that her grandson say a few words in honor of her passing. Mijo, ¿nos lees las oraciones?
Huh? What?
Some memories, maybe a little prayer, like she used to pray for you a lot.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Dear Grandma, I'm really gonna miss you, and I'm sorry that I didn't do better in life. But I could have done worse. Thanks for the house. I read the will. That's cool. That's really cool of you. I hope there's a Montgomery Ward in heaven, and if you see Grandpa, tell him I said hi. The end. I'm done. Amen.
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 What? Hey, where did they go? You bastards!
Joven, los restos.
What?
Her ashes, she would have wanted you to have them.
What am I supposed to do with them?
Keep them. Put them at the house. Didn't you live with her?
Yeah, but
Safe journeys.
that's fucking bullshit, Grandma. After everything you've done for them, to just leave you like that? It's fucking low class. Real low class, man.
What do you expect de esos cabrones? The only thing they wanted me for was my EBT anyway.
Yeah, but after everything you did for them, I mean, you helped Fabian when he got his stupid belly button ring caught in a turnstile. You got braces for Ghetto Hoochie Crystal and her shitty kids and their mangled grills. And Theo Lencho bailing that drunk out when he got a DUI on a bike.
I did it out of love, mijo.
Where were they when you were in the hospital? I mean, where are they now?
And it doesn't matter anymore anyway because now I live in this stupid urn. I just want to sit on my chair with my cookies and cigarettes and watch novelas and have your grandpa's rosary at my side. So, Where's my gold rosary?
I looked everywhere for it, but I couldn't find it. I swear.
You know your grandfather gave it to me the day you were born. It is my most prized possession.
I looked everywhere in the house before I came to the funeral.
Ay, mijo. When are you gonna grow up and be a responsible man? I gave it to you because I trust you, not your Tío Lencho. All he ever does is drink beer and watch Judge Judy. Sin vergüenza.
Sounds like something you say about me, Grandma.
Yeah, well, you help me around the house, though.
All right, well, where else could it be?
Well, it could be with your Tío Lencho.
Have you seen Lencho?
¿Lencho? Ese güey me debe 40 bolas. Si lo miras, dile que me llame.
Lencho. Lencho.
No,
Short.
no, estoy embarazada. Nomás estoy gordita. Mendigo. ¿Quieres ordenar o no? Pollo, asada, tacos al pastor, tortas, guaraches. ¿Qué quieres?
Just. Oh, hold on. Hey, guys, I don't speak Spanish, so I was wondering what's good here?
You know what's good here, Doug? The taco de chucho.
Really?
All the hyenas like the chucho.
Awesome. Yum. Hey, can I get cuatro tacos de chucho?
Pendejo.
Oh, no. I wanted de chucho.
All right, you guys, welcome back. That was Josh Johnson's short film, Abuela. And Josh, so we want to ask you, like, how long did it take to film? Did you have to pay your actors? Did you have a budget? Like, how did all of that go for you?
Yeah. So it was, we all had regular jobs. So it was the kind of thing where it took about a month to film, but really all said and done, it was probably only 5 days. But, like we'd film one day and then we'd wait a couple of days and then film another. We did pay everyone. The only people that didn't really get paid was Andre, the writer-director, and myself as the producer. And so Christina Avila is Abuela, the grandmother. She is, she's a union actor. She's been around for years and years. She did lots of TV in the 80s, like shows like Quincy and like TJ Hooker, I think she was on. If any of you old heads know about TJ Hooker with William Shatner back from the 80s, Christina Avila is like, she's just lived in LA forever. She's from East LA and she is just a character actor. So we had to make sure that we were going to pay her and get through all the contracts the right way. And that really, when you have a small budget, as long as you jump through the right hoops and you tell them how much money you've got and you talk to the agents and everything like that, you can get a day rate that's like, basically minimum wage. Yeah. And as long as you're feeding the people and you've got a good product, you're like making something that they can get behind, actors want to do it, and it's really great. Gilbert, the star, the guy, his name's Gilbert Martinez. He brought all the other actors along because he was in IO, which is like an improv company here in LA. It was like he had done a bunch of improv acting and Shakespeare and stuff like that. So he just brought everybody else along in. And, the budget was probably, I don't know, I want to say it was about $5,000. Okay. wasn't really that much. I already owned all the cameras and everything like that because I do a lot of unscripted television, and so I bought those cameras and I would rent them out to make our broadcast television shows. That's about it. I mean, it was kind of, I'm not going to say it was easy. We did a lot of hard work, but it didn't really feel, it was really chill, really easy to make, kind of. I'll say easy, but because that's the feeling I got. But yeah, it all came together really, really quickly, and we didn't spend too much money, so it's nice.
Definitely, that's great to hear. So I was just able to watch it right here with Miss Takoya. What did you think of his film?
No, I'm definitely excited to watch the full version.
Yeah.
It was funny. The comedic timing was great. I'm just really interested in seeing the entire film, so I was kind of hoping that it was more than 5 minutes. But I'll catch it later.
Yeah.
He did a great job.
Yes, great job. We're definitely both going to check that out later because I want to see it as well. So let's jump to Miss Takoya. So you have a short film called Lauren's Chimera. Did I pronounce that right?
Lauren's Chimera, yes.
Okay. Tell us about it. What does the title mean? Because it's kind of unique.
Okay. Well, chimera means a fantasy.
Okay.
So it's a play on a fairy tale. So Lauren is the protagonist of the film. It came from a poem that I wrote based on news reports, incidents reports that I was hearing about, specifically Black women, but in general, women of color and trans women, and how there's very little media coverage when women of color and trans women go missing. So I wrote this poem and decided to turn it into a short film.
Oh, wow.
And that's how Lauren's Chimera came about.
Wow, that's amazing. Just hearing that, I'm definitely excited to see. So let's go ahead and show your film, and then when we come back, we'll discuss it, and we'll get into more details of the film. Everybody check out Lauren's Chimera.
The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman.
Where's my fairy tale? The once upon a time in a land far, far away. My land is of concrete and barbed wire that circle playgrounds, steel and cracked pavements. I languish in a tower of graffitied walls and urine-tainted hallways. There is no fairy tale for copper skin, for coily strands that bounce back in defiance. There is no Prince Charming for dark eyes and full lips. staring out from barred windows for help, but it will never come. There is no other way. No help will come. There's no fairy, no godmother, no noble gentleman who gives a damn to find me. There's no fairy tale here. It is dark, brutal, and cold, but this is where I am. I'm not far away at all. I'm only far from mine. I am here, not waiting. I know that help will never find me because you only search for what you love.
All right, guys, welcome back. That was Lauren's Chimera. Wow. That looks really good, guys. I don't know about you all, but I definitely want to see the whole thing. I was in here like, get him, do this, hit him with that. Like, oh my gosh, Josh, I wish you could have saw it. We're definitely going to have to like tell you like where you can watch it because it definitely looks really good. So tell us about how the production was for it. Did you have a big crew? Did you have to pay your actors? Like, you have a budget?
Well, okay, so I am a member of the Black Entertainment Economic Council here in Atlanta. Okay. And one of the things that I absolutely love about the organization is the collaborative spirit. So I let my friend at the time know about the poem. He read the script and he was automatically interested in coming on board as an EP. Really? So as my producing partner, he has a conservatory called the Blue Bistro Creative. That is his production company. I have to get with you about the conservatory component, but his students volunteered their time as crew and cast. So the main character is played by Brittany Matey, who's a phenomenal actress. Yes. We did pay her, but everyone else volunteered their time. And I could not have been more appreciative for everyone's dedication and the talent that they brought to the set. We had a very, very, very tight budget. I only had like $2,000 to spend on it, so we made do. I had equipment which wasn't working at the time, so I ended up at the last minute shooting with my iPhone.
Oh, really?
I shot with my iPhone 13 Pro.
You shot the whole thing with your phone?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
The whole thing with my
phone.
And
it looks good.
Thank you. That's a testament to Apple. Apple makes really good.
Yeah, and now
really
the
good
phone they have now
cameras,
looks even like
even
amazing
better.
quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was shot about, I say, we finished editing early this year, so we shot it almost a year to the day. In November
Of last year.
and
Oh,
we
wow.
shot one day. So the entire 12 minutes of footage, we shot all of that in one day. So
Wow.
um,
That's cool.
it was a lot of hard
Now
work.
we're working.
But I have a method to my directing where I want to respect everyone's time,
yeah.
especially knowing that they volunteered their time. I did not want to keep anyone on set a minute
Multiple
longer than
days,
necessary. So yeah, it was a very interesting process putting everything together with such a limited budget. But we made it work. And one of the things that stands out to me is the fact that we're making this film as a call to action for the media to take notice of missing women of color and trans women. And we shot we shot the final scene in the West End, and that's when she escapes from her captor and she's running down the street yelling for help. And the entire time that we were shooting, we were constantly getting stopped by people who were concerned, thinking that it was actually real and that she was in need of help.
Because that lets you know if it happens in real life, those people will want to stop. Yeah.
So that made me reassured of humanity and to know that, okay, there are people who actually care. And it lets me know that I am doing this for a reason. It may not hit those people who are actually doing it or already doing it, but for those people who are apathetic and don't see the purpose and the need and being mindful of other people that look like us and the importance of media representation and care when some of us go missing, they'll see this film and go, okay, well, I get it now.
Yeah.
So that's a benefit.
And you never know how something like this, your film, could have such a big impact.
Yeah.
You never know who could see it and how it can make them like have a change of heart or anything. Like, you just never know. And like you said, it's good to see that it's still some good people out here, still humanity, you know, people that will actually want to help and be concerned. We definitely need stuff like that, definitely. And it's really sad that even things like this have to be created, you know, because everybody should be cared for or looked out for like the same, you know, equal way, you know.
Right.
So I love it. I definitely want to see it. It's suspenseful. It's like thriller, but it has a great message to it, you guys. So just make sure that you check it out. Josh, you check it out as well. Yeah. So what are your plans? Like, what do you have coming up? You know, what are your like long-term goals in the film industry?
Well, I'm sure Josh can understand this since he's independent as well. There's always stories that need to be told. There's always projects on the burner. I'm in the middle of shooting my next short film. We just did our principal photography Sunday, and so we're in production for that. I'm wrapping up another project. It's a documentary, and I am also in a writer's room, and we're writing 3 pilots now. So there's so many projects that I have on the table and that I have planned for the future. I don't see myself slowing down anytime soon.
Definitely. That's inspiration, you know, because I'm a writer as well, still trying to figure out the directing thing. I've done like my own short films in the past, but they were like, you know, the starter short films that you look back on and you're like,
That's
you gotta
okay.
start somewhere,
That's
right?
okay. I mean, my first short film was, when I look at it, I cringe, but I am also proud of it because, you know, that's where I started and I can see my progress. So
It shows the
I'm
growth,
proud.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm proud of the very corny, cringy work
Yeah.
because I know where I came from and
Yeah.
how much I've grown in the process. So don't be worried about that. Just and for anyone else who's interested in getting into the business, let that be your passion. If you're not passionate about it,
It's not
don't do
gonna
it.
work.
Don't do it. It's too much work, too much sacrifice, too much money that you have to invest. And if you're just, you know, lukewarm about it, there's many other things that you could be doing. But if you are passionate about it, jump in. You know.
I tell people that all the time because it's a lot of people in the world that's like want to do something because they see other people doing it. Like, oh, I want to do that. Well, I want to make a film. But like I said, it's a lot of work. Now, we're not saying that you can't make a film. I mean, you have the money and the time and you want to do it. But just understand what comes with it. It's it's long hours. Writing is not easy at all. You're up all night for days, months, years at a time. You know, directing, all of that is not easy. So like you said, just make sure there's something you're passionate about. It's always been my passion to be in this industry, in the entertainment industry, period, as a whole. But we definitely want to see more of you. I'm going to check out your film, the whole thing, because I want to watch it. Where can we find your film?
Well, it is on YouTube, Lauren's Chimeras. So it is spelled LAREN''S. Chimera is CHIMERA. So you can definitely find it on YouTube. You can follow me on Instagram. My handle is tqthewriter.81, and in my bio at the top, you should be able to find links to my projects.
I feel like I'm already following you.
You are.
I am
You
following
are.
you. And we actually met before, and it was so crazy because I text you about this, and we had already had previous messages. I'm like, you know, sometimes in Atlanta, you just meet so many people, and then you text, you say something, and then I don't know what happened, but I know I probably followed you, so I definitely want to see more. If you have any projects coming up, you need actors. I'm interested in acting. That's always also a passion of mine that I'm still perfecting my craft with that. I would love to shadow if I can as well when it comes to directing or anything like that, because I'm still new. I'm still learning. I know I have a lot to learn, and you really don't stop learning in this industry. So definitely excited about that. But yes, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Did you have anything else that you want to talk about? Anything else you want to say?
No, but I am interested in following Josh.
Yes. So you guys, Josh did get disconnected from us. So apologies about that, but we'll go ahead and link his information when we post the video. Was sad that he got disconnected from the call, but we enjoyed him while he was here. We thank you so much for coming and talking to you about your films and your work that you've done in the industry, and we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sorry. You guys, we will see you next time on Short Film Universe. You have a great day, okay?
Welcome to Short Film Universe, the show that celebrates the art of short filmmaking. Join us as we take you on a journey through the exciting world of independent film. In each episode, I'll be interviewing some of the most innovative directors, producers, and filmmakers in the business, getting their insight and perspective on the craft of short filmmaking. We'll look at drama, comedy, documentaries, even mockumentaries, and all the genres that make up this exciting industry. So sit back, relax, and get ready to be entertained. This is Ina Morgan inviting you to join us at Short Film Universe.